Let me ask you all a question. Do you know what this shield is? Do you know what it stands for? This little circle shield, do you know what it stands for with this N in the middle of it? Do you know what it stands for? Well, if you don't, I'll tell you. This is the symbol, this shield, this symbol with the N in it, is the symbol and shield logo of the Norton Antivirus Program. That's right. Now, the reason I want to talk about that is because a lot of people that I know of have kind of asked me why their computers go so slow. Now, I've had some people complain to me that one of the computers in our family, that our family uses, is newer than the one that I'm currently using this mic on, or I currently have this microphone connected to, which is mine, which I've had since I lived in Kansas. But everybody's been wondering why one of our computers acts up at times. Well, I'll give you a hint. You see, it's not just that computer that acts up, acts like it's slowing down and all that. The same could be said for mine, and mine's older. The same can be said for any computer. And there's a reason for it. There's a reason sometimes why it slows down, in my opinion, and these are just my opinions, why it slows down at times, even if it's new and it's workable and everything. I mean, the computer I'm talking about that we have has Windows 7 Ultimate. So it really shouldn't be no problem. It's newer, it's everything's fine. But there's a reasoning as to why people think loading up a computer slows it down. Now, yes, it does slow it down, but that computer that me and my family use in that recreation room of ours has not slowed down. It still works. It downloads fast. It's very reliable, and it's there. And I've had no complaints. The only complaints I have sometimes is when people say, why is it so slow? Well, like I said, the same could be said for mine. Now, some people say, well, yours is stuffed up with stuff. That's true, but mine still works. The only problem that I have with my computer is when it does that sound on occasions, and you have to turn off your computer, let it rest for a while before it goes back on almost normally. But there is a reasoning, though, folks. There is a reasoning. You see, this symbol basically, like I say, this logo, this symbol, the shield, stands for the Norton Antivirus. Now, you might recall a couple years ago, I talked about an antivirus program that just kept constantly going and going. Would not tell me when it was going to stop its antivirus, looking around for the viruses, getting rid of them and all that. Just kept going, so I had to get rid of it. And that was the McAfee. Now, Norton does the same thing, but almost does it silent-like. Now, if you are working on a project, like let's say I use my Vegas Platinum Studios to do videos and all that, then you might want to turn it off because it will slow it down or sometimes cause your video to come to a halt because of an error. But folks, there's a reason, again, as to why sometimes you may think your computer is going a little slow, even though you say to yourself, well, it doesn't have that much stuff on there. And even if it does, it's still newer and it's still working. It's still going good. What's the deal? Well, I'll tell you what the deal is, folks. The Norton Antivirus, and this is just my opinion, my personal opinion from my experiences with it, the Norton Antivirus is basically constantly doing a virus check. That's right. It's constantly checking for viruses. There will be times that I will go on that recreation computer or on my computer or the recreation computer, and this little window will pop up saying that it is finished looking for viruses. It'll be a little window, a little green top on it, saying it has completed its virus scan. And then sometimes another little window or so will pop up, indicating that it's doing a background working doing a virus scan, will be doing virus scans as a background task, background task. But then sometimes it'll come up with a little window again, but this time with a red thing on top of it saying that it's found a virus trying to attack the computer. So in other words, to me, I'll be honest with you, the Norton Antivirus Program, I will say this, is a better antivirus program than the McAfee and the AVG that I've had in the past. And it's come with Comcast, so thank God with that. So thank God for that. But here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. Like I said, some people that have Norton, either they got it through the Comcast deal or they bought the software. You may say to yourself, why is it taking so long? Why is it slowing down? Well, again, like I said, it's not because your computer is either old or it's new and it's filled up or anything. No, it's not always that. What it is, folks, is your computer is constantly being checked for viruses by your Norton Antivirus Program. Yes, I will admit, folks, it is a pain in the neck sometimes. Because it's constantly doing it, and sometimes it's almost like you're wondering, oh great, what's going on? I'm trying to load up a page. It's because it's checking for viruses. It's trying to make sure that web page you're going on, either it's YouTube, the DeviantArt page, Google itself, NoDQ.com, RingsideNews.com, or the Bleacher Reports, it's always constantly making sure that you're not entering a site that has virus programs in there. Because I'll tell you this, my computer, the Norton Antivirus on my computer and on the Rec computer have found them. They've all had that little red thing come up and said, we have found a threat. And they've cleared it. And again, that's constantly what it's doing. Yes, again, like I said, it can be annoying. It can and has been annoying to me, but like I said, it's doing its job. It has to do its job to make sure your computer is clear. Because, a lot of people will always constantly complain, well, your computer goes slow because you got too much stuff. That's not really the fact. The truth is your computer goes decently. It's the fact, though, it works decently. It's more the fact that you are having it checked constantly by the Norton Antivirus Program. Now, yes, you can turn it off. You can click on this on this little logo and click on the little home thing or the little bars in the bottom right-hand corner. Or no, when it comes up, you can go to the page where it kind of looks like a diagnostics check. And you could click on the silent mode to have it go silent for at least a couple of hours, if not a whole day. Then that kind of makes it stop doing its task. But again, like I said, the Norton Antivirus Program, the reason for anybody that has it as part of the computer, on the computer, the reason it acts that way is because it's constantly, and I mean this, constantly checking for viruses. No, excuse me there, I burped. I'm sorry about that. But it's constantly checking for viruses. No matter if you're working on a project with a software program like, say, Vegas Studio or whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're looking up a website, either on Internet Explorer, Firefox, or Google, or Safari. It's always going to constantly check those pages that you go on because it wants to make sure there's no viruses. So that's basically what the Norton Antivirus Program is. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I know I'm probably not the only one that gets frustrated with the fact that it's always constantly interrupting or slowing down my progress because it's always checking for viruses. But hey, it's got to do its job. So that's all I'm going to say on that. You want to comment down below? Tell me if you had similar experiences. Let me know. I'll talk to you later.